Okay, so I have my pet, and I have enough energy to train it to adult. So the plan is to train this one to adult, and it's gonna get, hopefully, it manifests like one of Proof Defy. Then I have the option to self hatch, and when I self hatch the pets, it'll mix the stats, so the stats will overall be averaged and probably go up from this pet. And hopefully, I'll keep the Proof Defy in the pool, and I'll just keep hatching until my I can keep making hatches until it manifests Proof Defy between these two pets and also the newer pets for hatch from these two. So in the end, um, eventually in enough hatches I'll get Proof Defy, and I can hatch on my other wizards because I have 6 wizards on this account. Okay, let's see. Got Life Striker, so I think that's a good start. I got Life Striker, that's alright. Oh my goodness, I don't have enough pet energy. I mean, if I were to use Mega, the rank 8 snack. So I have 3 feeds. Yeah, I can feed it 3 times, and that means I need to use like a higher rank snack once. Okay. And then now it'll get to Mega. I mean, Idle. So it got Lifebringer. Okay, that's alright. It didn't get Proof or Defy, but it's still decent. I mean, I can self hatch. If I hatch Chief Remy with Judge Cleo, there's a chance I get that Life Wardle, a pretty big chance. I say this one's stickier than the Dark Hound, so it's a rare chance of getting back the Dark Hound. But if I self hatch, I'll improve my stats stat wise, and there's a small chance of manifesting Proof Defy. So I just need to hatch like 10 times, and then eventually it'll manifest Proof Defy. And I'll keep my base, the pet body. I'll keep the pet body, not the base. But yeah, I have 2 bases now, Tiny Rex and Chief Remy. So this is I pretty much have everything. I have the pet base, I have good stats, and I have a good pool. I just need to I just need to train them enough times so that it'll randomly manifest Proof Defy. Because when the pet fails, it manifests from the unmanifested pools, and then that could be Proof Defy. These two. Yeah, and so it has Striker, Assailant, Proof Defy, Critical Striker, and Lifebringer. So I'm gonna move these pets to my alternate accounts, and I definitely have enough gold because I was farming and I put gold items in the shared bank that sell for gold. So I can hatch, I can hatch like I can self hatch as much as I want because it's only 10k gold for a self hatch. It's very cheap. So I hatched on my Storm Wizard and my Life Wizard, so I have 4 more hatches. So I can literally hatch a ton. I can hatch 4 times today and then 6 times tomorrow. Wait, is this pet? These pets don't do anything, do they? Let me see. I'll just hatch it, cause why? I'll just train these, cause why the heck not? Like I have free energy. Let me just burn it. So these pets could get Proof Defy, which would help me transfer Proof Defy onto my Dark Hound if I want to hatch enough times. I mean, it's a pretty low chance, but it's double XP and I have bonus XP, so. If it doesn't get Proof or Defy at team, then it's not worth training. Well, at least, yeah, I have better things to do than training these pets that are too sticky. These pet bodies that are too sticky. Got Spell Defy. It might get Spell Proof. If it gets Spell Proof, it'll be an interesting base. Pretty safe. All I need to do would then be to get the Dark Hound base from this Spell Defy Spell Proof base. So Gizmo was hatched from these two pets. Honestly, they failed with Death Boon and Ward Wrecker, but it has like Life Striker and Life Assailant, Life Bringer, and probably Critical Striker. So it should be a good pool. It should have a good pool, even if the body's weird, and it has good stats. So yeah, this pet's pretty good aside from the pet body. If it gets Spell Defy at adult. If it doesn't get Spell Defy or Spell Proof, yeah, if it doesn't get Spell Proof, then I'm not gonna use this pet. I mean, if it gets like Life Striker, it's gonna be kind of good. But I still need Spell Proof and Spell Defy to transfer those to the Dark Hound base pet body. Right, I was making the Dark Hound pet body with Feint because Feint's good for boss fights and crit kind of gives consistency for boss fights because crit talents give less damage than damage talents, which is, I mean, it gives less than Pain Giver, but I think maybe a bit, maybe it's more valuable than something like Pain Boon, Pain Bringer, the 3 damage, but the crit talents are basically like a boon talent, life boon, pain bringer. It got life striker. That's interesting. It didn't get proof manifested, but that's pretty lucky it didn't get ward wrecker or boon or proof. That's it failed with striker, but it's it's interesting. So honestly, I'm just gonna self hatch a few times and they'll manifest. If I hatch this pet with something with spell proof, it's pretty hard to get proof defy. Whereas my other two pets in the bank already have the right talents, so I'll just hmm. I think it's gonna take like 4 hatches to get proof defy or onto onto something. So I'd rather just gamble. I'd rather just gamble on Chief Remy and Tiny Rex, and in like 10 hatches they'll manifest proof defy. So yeah, and then I won't have to transfer the pet bodies over. Is it better to just use these Dark Hounds? Is it better, like, is it better? When I was making my penta damage pet on my life wizard, I didn't just mix the two bases again and again because they didn't manifest proof defy. So it's really up to luck for them to eventually pop up proof defy. I'd have to hatch them a few times, and in order to get my pent damage pet, I didn't just self hatch again and again. I self hatched my normal base with another pet with like Lifebringer and Life Giver or something like that that had already manifested those talents in order to make them show up. Whereas this way, whereas in this scenario, Proof and Defy have not shown up. So it'll be a while before the two talents show up. As Life Striker, something here, Proof, Critical. It didn't. This one's Critical Striker. This one could be spell proof or anything. Yeah, this it didn't really carry over the talents. It only has Life Striker, Critical Striker, and Lifebringer like secured. Because the other talents like Life Assailant, Proof Defy, they haven't been manifested, so it's really up to probability to inherit those. So I could hatch them again on my other accounts, and then eventually I'll get a good pool. So I think this first hatch is like a fail. Like, well, if the egg hatches spell proof, then it'll be I can self hatch that with this pet to manifest proof. But it's still not that good. So I think I'll just keep that one on the egg on this wizard. So I think I'll just keep this egg here so I can train it some other time, like tomorrow or something. Then I'll hatch more eggs on my other wizards in order to transfer them to my main wizards. If it doesn't succeed in like keeping the talents, I'll have to hatch with some other pet, either Judge Cleo in the kiosk, or I'd have to manually create a proof defy base. Right now, I think hatching with Judge Cleo is a smarter decision than manually making a base. Because Judge Cleo has spell proof and spell defy. 2 out of its 3 ancient talents are good. After this pet project succeeds, then I'll have 2 more pet projects. One is finishing my old fire PvP pet, which was 2 auras, 2 damage, 2 resist. Even though like auras got nerfed, but like half a year ago I was making that pet, and would have been pretty interesting. But still, I just need to finish the project because otherwise, the like adult and ancient pets are pretty much just not achieving anything. I just want to complete the body so I don't fail the project. Because then, I mean, if I finish the project, then like I'm saving time, right? Because I don't need to clean up the project if I ever want to create the pet again. So I guess this one's Life Striker. This one's Life Assailant or Spell Proof. It's Critical Striker. Yeah, because there's three epic talents. This one's Critical Striker, which carried over. Then these two, only one of them carried over. One of the two epics carried over. So we have Life Striker, one epic, Critical Striker, Life Bringer. So we lost Spell Defy and an epic. Well, hmm. So this is actually not working out. This self-hatching, because I only manifested 3 talents, and the pools are quite different for these two pets. Yeah, the pools are quite different. This talent's different. Then there's like 3 different talents here, and then these talents are different. Common, ultra rare. So I have 4 out of 6 talents. I only lost Spell Defy and one more talent. So it's decent. It's 4 out of 6 talents preserved. It could work out eventually. And I could just keep self-hatching to get the talents and get the stats, which could take a while, but it's possible. Oh yeah, I have to sell to make gold. What does this mean? Is crystal the best place to get snacks? Crystal. What is a crystal? What is a crystal? I don't know what they're trying to, where they're trying to buy from. Like, is a crystal a gardening plant, or is it chrysalis where you can buy snacks, or is it a gauntlet? Like, it's so confusing what they just said. I'm even curious that I want to ask them what they're talking about, but I don't know. Like, what the heck is a crystal? I mean, where are you buying snacks from that's called crystal? Oh, there's a snack called Crystal Bites. I don't know how you get it though. It's in a card pack or gardening plants. Huh. Oh, crystal. Maybe it's crystal spiders in Zafaria, the Mirror Lake. There's starburst spiders. No, they're not crystal spiders. Yeah. I don't know. Hmm. So this is the third hatch. Let's see if we get a good pool of talents. Oh, this looks promising. This one's Striker, Proof Defy, Critical Striker, Life Bringer. So that's 5 talents, right? We have Life Striker, Proof Defy, a Critical Striker, and Life Bringer. Critical Striker and Life Bringer are pretty much secured because they're manifested. And we also probably can assume these 3 talents, one of them is Life Bringer, probably. And since all three talents carried over, it's pretty much we can pretty much assume one of these is Lifebringer. So it pretty much confirms they're all locked in. But since we manifested three unique talents, Life Striker, Critical Striker, Lifebringer, we can assume each pet is going to have all three. Most like 99% of the time, we're going to get all three talents in the new pet. So there's 3 out of 6 guaranteed, and then we secured Proof Defy or Assailant and Defy. So this pet is pretty safe. We're just missing like Life Assailant or Spell Proof. So that was a good hatch. King Marley. Yeah, so that was actually a pretty good hatch. We got a pretty good pool, and we increased the the stats. Isn't it funny? Each wizard, even if it's level 10 or level 140, can hatch the same amount of pets. So I'm literally milking the system. I wonder, is this pet from these two? No, it's not. It has Lightbringer Mighty, but this one doesn't have Lightbringer Mighty. Okay, they're not. I think this is from my old pet project where I was making the pent damage pet. So yeah. I thought his name was Myth. That's that's pretty cool. Sir Matty. So we got Life Striker. This is like Life Assailant or something. Spell Defying. Critical Striker, Lifebringer. So we inherited Assailant and Defying. So this one's a good base as well. So it seems like my last two of the four hatches had 5 out of 6 talents secured. And my first two hatches had like 3 or 4 talents secured. That were the good talents out of the 6 talents I wanted. So now I just need to pick up those eggs from my onto my other wizards, like my wizards with a higher energy, so they can train the pets. But yeah, you can actually hatch on 6 wizards at the same time, and you can use the energy from 6 wizards at the same time. So you could train 6 baby pets at the same time, and it'd be worth it because they'll all manifest different talents. So you'll get to pick like exactly, you'll get to pick to hatch like I could have spell proof on one pet and spell defy. I could pick those 2 pets to hatch out of the 6 because some of those pets aren't gonna get proof or defy. So this is just me kind of like trying to do a free-to-play way to hatch pets because a lot of people use Perros or energy elixirs, which is really good, but I don't know. I just don't want to get in the habit of like spending money every time. Like money is like I can buy crowns, but I don't know. Maybe I just don't want to get in the habit of like spending 10k crowns or at a time and also like what do you call it? I really don't remember. I mean, I was gonna say like it's less fun if I just buy success. It's less fun if I just buy something. Like I could like I want to farm gold key, I want to farm wooden key bosses, but You can buy wooden keys in the shop sometimes, but I don't want to just buy success. Like, I don't want to just buy it. So yeah, that's all. Yeah. I think it's more fun if I don't buy things with crowns.